This video is on an alternate way of solving a polynomial inequality. In class, we worked on the algebraic method of solving a polynomial inequality. The alternate method is you can graph it on Desmos and solve it that way. The inequality we're going to be working with is x minus 4 times x minus 3 times x plus 6. So let's get that down on our vision, or we can see the whole thing here. So there's the whole graph. But we're going to be concerned about what's happening with the graph around the x-axis. So let's focus in on our x-axis. So the inequality we are solving is we want to know, where is this function going to be less than 0? That's our question. Where is this polynomial inequality less than 0? When we worked it out the algebraic method, we actually plugged in numbers into our function to see if the outcome was positive or negative. Here, we can just look at the graph. Where it's going to be less than 0 is where the graph is below the x-axis. As remember, the x-axis is where both x and y are 0. So anything below the x-axis, our y value or our function value will be negative, less than 0. All right, so parts of our graph that are below the x-axis, we've got this section right here, and we have this section right there. Those are the two areas or intervals where our function is less than 0. And we need to then focus on our x-intercepts, because those will be our boundaries for our intervals. So here we have an x-intercept at -6. Here we have one at 3, and we have another one at 4. Then we're ready to go ahead with our intervals, starting from the far left and going right. So we know that this part of the graph, that's just going to keep on going down, and slowly to the left. So my left boundary is going to be -infinity, and then it will run into and stop here at -6. Parenthesis with -infinity. Then we go back to look at our inequality symbol. There is not an equal sign underneath. That means -6 is not included in the solution set. So to show it's not included, we use the parenthesis instead of the bracket. We've got our union. We move across our x-axis until we run into our next interval. Here, the left boundary is 3, and we go across, and our right boundary is 4. Again, there's no equal sign, so neither 3 nor 4 are included in the solution set. It's just everything between them. So we will use parentheses. So here is the solution set in interval notation for our inequality.